What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing another discussion type of video talking about, in my opinion, why Clash Royale is going to continue adding more levels even after level 15. So starting off here before I get into the level 15 talk, and then why, for my reasoning why they're going to keep adding more levels, and I have data and basically just kind of stuff to back up, and you guys will understand soon why I think that. We need to start with level 14 getting added to the game so you guys understand, the timeline, just in case, those of you forgot when that was added. It was added in October 21st, 2021, which I'm sure some of you guys might have known. It was announced and it came out with the champion update. It was by far the most controversial part of the update. I think most people overall enjoy the update though because, of course, champions came out with it and loads of other new stuff like magic items that everyone really enjoyed. Alright guys, so now let's get into the level 15 stuff, which we already know. It was recently announced that level 15 is going to be coming out later this year, and quite frankly, everyone hated it, which, I mean, is kind of expected because people didn't even like that level 14 was added to the game. People didn't really ask for it, but it was just something that came alongside with the champions, so people were like, you know what, I guess, we can deal with it. But this level 15, different story. There's already a ton of backlash about it, to the point that the community managers have even made an apology kind of about the update that wasn't taken that well. And then even level 15 itself, you saw they got feedback, because they noticed the community really didn't like it when they posted the roadmap of the update. As you can see here, they posted the roadmap of the first two updates of 2023. Obviously, the first update of 2023 didn't contain level 15. It was going to be in the next update, whenever that is. I think it's going to be around sometime in the summer, but basically they give their reasoning for adding level 15. When we released card level 14, we saw a large number of current players upgrading their card collection beyond their main decks, as well as large amounts of old players returning to the game to continue their card leveling. So from our data, there's a real demand for new card levels from certain players, but we need an actual update. When we add level 15, it won't just be changing a few lines of code like here's the update. It'll be released alongside the biggest gameplay update ever since Champions. This update is planned to be a second one of the year, and we will share more info closer to the time. Card level 15 is a very small part of the update that we plan to release. So they say it's a small part of the update, yet it's the one that obviously drew the most attention. And most people are talking about, the Dark Elixir. That's what it looks like. I mean, and that's another thing that's kind of controversial. But now, let me get into what I believe their main motive is for adding level 15, along with them going to continue to add other levels in the future, and what I think their new strategy ultimately is in Clash Royale. Alright guys, so here I have Supercell revenue pulled up for iOS, and obviously Supercell is a business, so they are ultimately trying to make as much money as possible. This is an estimate, but I guess this website kind of tracks how much revenue they make, and it's pretty accurate as far as I know. I saw some Reddit posts, people using this kind of to talk about revenue spikes in Supercell games, and it makes sense because it's usually around when an update is. But anyway, 42 million in revenue last month in all the games, of 20 in total. This is the iOS data, but the reason why I'm showing you guys this is if you take a look at the data here, you can see that Clash of Clans is 18 million compared to the 7 million of Clash Royale. Even though they're both quite comparable in popularity, Clash of Clans is making over twice the revenue of Clash Royale. And what's going on in Clash of Clans, you might ask? Well, in Clash of Clans, they're coming out with new town halls about every 18 months or 2 years, roughly, something like that, which means that what I believe Clash Royale is doing is they're replicating that strategy that they weren't before, because obviously Clash Royale was more popular a few years ago, but now that the game is losing some popularity, I believe that they're doing the Clash of Clans strategy, where they're going to be coming out with new levels every couple of years to encourage people to spend money and upgrade cards. But there's a big reason why I think that isn't a great strategy inside of Clash Royale, whereas in Clash of Clans, even though, it's working, there's a main reason why it's working, and in Clash Royale, it's not going to have that same success, and I'll get into that now. Alright guys, so before I show you what I was talking about, there's actually a quick clip from B-Rad where he's actually saying pretty much what I said, so it's kind of like sort of backing up what I was talking about, showing like another big creator, kind of agreeing with what I'm talking about. He actually said this before I did, which is why I wanted to show it to kind of help, I guess justify some of the points I'm making too.
How naive do they think we are if that's where they're going to stop? It's not level 15. I'm just going to spoil it. They're not stopping at level 15. They're doing the Clash of Clans strat 100%. They're trying to convert it into town halls that every year and a half, 2 years, they drop a new card level, force everyone to spend hundreds of dollars, or they got to play the game every single day, bypass Royale. That's the loop they're going for. Anyways, that's what I wanted to discuss quickly. How they clearly don't understand that nobody wanted card levels. They tried to mask it, everyone coming back for the update as card levels, but it was champions. It was always champions.
And that clip from B-Red is also a nice transition into the reason as well, because these are the comments, as you guys can see under the video. This is one of the top comments. The thing is, the card levels by themselves add nothing to the game, whereas new town halls and Clash of Clans change the game fundamentally via new troops and defenses. And then some people are saying, well, in their opinion, why they think that makes it the better, more balanced game, which I guess does explain why Clash of Clans does earn a lot more revenue, but it is about equal in terms of popularity compared to Clash Royale. But revenue-wise, they're definitely doing a lot better. The fun in Clash of Clans is upgrading your town hall and unlocking new buildings. New town hall levels allow to make your base better and better, and there's no real rush. You can take your time without spending in real life money. Clash Royale cards add nothing. They just force players to do more tedious, brainless grinding to stay competitive, which basically forces top players to spend money in order to stay near the top. At the end of it, every interaction is the same anyway. All right, last comment I'll read from this here, exactly, and that's why they release champions at the same time as level 14. If they release level 15, players will be pissed, and daily player count will probably fall despite the additional money they will make from people buying card levels. I do agree with that. They figured out all they have to do is couple new card levels and new features, just like Clash of Clans does, and YouTubers and players will hyper fixate on the new features and not the card levels. End result is more daily players plus all the additional revenue from higher level cards. It's pretty smart on their end, sucks for the average player. That guy really hit the point there with that statement, and it's really proven by the Clash of Clans revenue. That is why they're trying to replicate the strategy. It just makes sense. It does make sense from a business perspective, but it is going to annoy the player base as a result. So the question for Supercell now becomes, how many players are they going to lose as a result of, adding these card levels? Maybe are people overreacting and maybe not that many people are going to leave, or are people right about the prediction of people leaving? You have the boycotts going on, the past Royale boycotts, people are not spending money, and for level 15, if that comes out, a lot of people have said that is the last straw, and they are either deleting the game or never spending money again.